This is Martin Mi5 back for another video. Today's video is called How Nio Stock Can Surge to $10. So let's get on with the article. So Chinese luxury vehicle maker Nio Stock reported deliveries of 20,917 vehicles for October, roughly flat versus September and up 30% year over year. Deliveries for the first 10 months of the year came in at 170,257 vehicles, up 35% versus last year. Nio's delivery performance was better than rivals. For perspective, XPeng delivered 23,917 vehicles for October, up 20% compared to last year. XPeng's total year-to-date sales was the first 10 months of the year stood out about 122,500 units, a 21% increase from the same period last year. In comparison, Li Auto, the largest of the emerging EV players in China, delivered 51,443 vehicles in October 24, up 27.3% year over year. So what has been driving the growth for Nio, and what are some of the trends that could drive the Nio stock higher? I've been talking about them kind of following behind Li Auto, and people have not been agreeing with that, but they seem to be following some of their moves, and I think it might start working for them. Growth for Nio has been driven largely by its price-valued Envo brand, which sold a total of 4,319 vehicle units for the month. The brand's first vehicle, the Envo L60, was launched in September and is priced between RMB 200,000 and RMB 300,000. Sales are expected to scale up further as production trends higher. Nio is also preparing to launch another brand called Firefly by the end of the year. Firefly's first model, which will be a mix of small and compact SUV designs, will likely target even lower price points, expanding Nio's presence further down the market. Nio operates a total of over 166 retail centers for the Envo brand, and also gives users access to 584 Nio battery swapping stations in China. Notably, Nio stock has performed worse than the broader market in each of the last 3 years. Returns on the stock were minus 35% in 2021 and minus 69% in 2022 and minus 7% in 2023. In contrast, the Trefis high quality portfolio with a collection of 30 stocks is less volatile and has outperformed the S&P 500 each year over the same period. Why is that? As a group, HQ portfolio stocks provided better returns with less risk versus the benchmark index, less of the roller coaster ride as evident in the HQ performance metrics. Given the current uncertain macroeconomic environment around rate cuts and simple wars, could Nio face a similar situation as it did in 2021, 2022, and 2023 and underperform the S&P over the next 12 months, or will it see a recovery? Nio's valuation is attractive. The stock trades at around $5 per share, or 1x consensus 2024 revenues. It's not expensive considering the revenues are projected to grow over 20% this year and over 35% next year. In comparison, Tesla trades at about 7x forward revenue, even though revenues are likely to remain almost flat this year. If Nio continues this pace of growth, investors could potentially re-rate the stock higher, assigning it at a higher multiple of over 2x, more in line with its Chinese peer XPeng. CL analysts of Nio, XPeng, and Li Auto. How do Chinese EV stocks compare? For a detailed look at how Nio stock compares with its rivals Li and XPeng, there are several trends that could benefit Nio. The Chinese government recent monetary stimulus measures could help boost the EV sales further in the coming quarters. Nio's financial performance has also been strong, despite facing pricing pressure from competitors like Tesla and Li Auto, which have been cutting prices. Nio's margins have remained quite resilient. In Q2 2024, vehicle gross profit margins improved 12.2%, up from 9.2% in Q1 and 6.2% in Q2 of 2023. This improvement was driven by higher delivery volumes and easing supply chain challenges, despite a 10% drop of average selling prices. The Chinese EV market also continues to offer considerable growth opportunities. In October 2024, new vehicle sales, which include EVs and plug-in hybrids, reached a record of 1.4 million units, up 58% actually, year over year, and up to 14% of September per China Passenger Car Association. With Nio's premium lineup, it's even more value-oriented. Brands like Envo and Firefly, the company is well positioned to address larger market incentives for EV purchases and also remain quite attractive. China's provinces have implemented car trade-in subsidy policies besides introducing other policies to promote automotive consumption. Under the scheme, consumers replacing an old gasoline vehicle with an NEV can receive up to 20,000 yuan, which is about $2,800. Such incentives can help drive sales higher. So there you have it. All these things that they just mentioned in this article could very well help boost Nio's price pretty soon. Hopefully sooner rather than later, like somebody was saying in one of the comments. A lot of people are getting impatient. They're tired of waiting. A lot of people are wondering when they're going to make any money. Nio's just hovering back and forth in the $5 range as of right now, which isn't necessarily a bad thing for people looking to still buy in. You can buy more and more shares, and your average cost will remain relatively low. So long-term Nio is your guys' strategy, long-term holding. You still got time to keep buying shares at this price range where it's still affordable. Once it starts getting higher up, your average cost is going to go up and your profit margins are going to go down. So my advice to you, if you're a long-term holder, keep buying. Keep dollar cost averaging. Keep buying. The more shares you have, the closer of a chance you're going to be becoming not just wealthy, but probably a millionaire at some point. I don't know if that'll be within the next 5 years, maybe the next 10 years, but I believe it'll be inevitable at some point. So keep you guys' hopes up. Let me know how many shares you guys have currently, what your average cost is, and I want to know which brokerage you guys are using to trade Nio. I use Robinhood personally. Let me know if any of you out there are using Moomoo or what you think about it. So that's it for this particular video. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next video. Thank you so much for watching.